Hey, welcome. I hope you all are doing very, very well. Today's reading is the person on your mind. How are they feeling about you? We have three groups for you to choose from. Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. If you do need to pause the video so you can take a moment to choose your group, feel free. I will see you guys in your readings. Hey, what up? I hope you guys are doing very well. If you have chosen the first group, then this reading is for you. The person on your mind, how are they feeling about you at the moment? We have the Queen of Wands upright. We have Justice in reverse, and we have the Eight of Cups in reverse as well. Okay. All right, so how do they feel about you? All right, so this person has mixed feelings towards you. Like, it feels like they do really like you. But this person also feels that you are trying to make them jealous, or yeah, they could feel like that like you have those intentions to make them jealous. They feel that you are a bit of a tease, a bit of a turn on, and they do feel like you're doing the first one intentionally, but they do feel like you are just naturally flirtatious and and teasing. They could feel that you expect a lot from them, and or you want them to chase you, and that's not something that they want to do. They could feel that you need to be more mature in some ways. They could feel like you have immature perspectives at times. They just feel that right now you both are on two different pages, and they do feel that you aren't bothering to, understand them, maybe understand their perspective and where they're coming from. And they feel like they are pretty understanding of you, you know? Like, despite you driving them crazy a little bit, they do feel like they are very accepting of you too. But they don't feel like that is mutual, that mutual understanding and mutual acceptance, Like, they even feel that they have put you on a pedestal almost. But yeah, they feel that you are being superficial, and they think that you think it's all about you, and they don't want to, kind of, I don't know, I don't want to, like, it feels like they don't want to entertain the connection, move the connection forward, or um, maybe start something new, or, start something up again with you if you are going to have that perspective. Like, they don't want to entertain anything while you have the perspective of it's all about me, And they do feel that you are letting other people get into your head. They also feel that you are getting a big head in some way, and they kind of feel that you are being shallow and that it needs to stop. They do feel that you try to make them feel unimportant. For some of you, they could feel that you are overbearing and doing it intentionally. They do feel that you're smart, but sometimes they feel that you're too smart for your own good. Like, how you can use your superpowers for good, or you can use it for evil. Like they could feel like you use it for evil. Obviously not like actual evil, like I'm just saying this in like a playful kind of way. Um, but yeah, they don't feel like you use your smartness for good, basically. And but they could also feel that you make them or other people feel quite safe and secure. But they also feel that you can, even though you do make people feel safe and secure, like there's also a flip side where you kind of pull the rug out from underneath them. Like this could be specifically referring to them, but it could actually be referring to like in general. They do think you are dishonest at times. They just don't feel like you're consistent, like consistent in what you say, maybe how you behave, your morals, or whatever it may be. They just don't feel like you're consistent in some way, which does come across as dishonest in this person's perspective. So for some of you, they could feel that you are quite provocative in some ways. They could also feel that you want them to be more provocative, or you want them to take risks or just do certain things that they wouldn't typically do. Like they feel you are trying to push them out of their comfort zone, but they feel like they're not ready, or they just kind of feel like it's not them. And they do feel that you can be too aggressive, or they could feel like you have too much of a temper. And they they do feel like they aren't outgoing in comparison to you. They may feel like they aren't outgoing enough for you. Like they could feel that they are a bit more low key, and they could feel that is yet another thing that separates you guys. Like they do feel like you try to do your best and you do try to be the best version of yourself, but they could feel like you often fall short even if you do have good intentions. So yeah, they could feel that you do treat them unfairly, and they think that you are rarely honest with them. They could feel that you care a lot about how you look as well, how you're perceived. They don't necessarily feel like you're shallow, but they do feel that you can be superficial. And they feel that you are very attractive too, but a part of them may not want to admit. It feels like they don't want to kind of like boost your confidence even more. Um, but yeah, they feel like they need to control or take charge of you or the situation between you guys. They just feel that they need to be in a position where they can take the lead. Like they do feel that you can be a little chaotic. Um, like they could feel that there isn't much balance in your life. They could feel like you're a little chaotic internally as well, that you're generally quite scattered. They could think you find it hard to take accountability sometimes as well. I don't know, like, but for some of you, they could feel that you are somehow like living a lie. Like something you put out into the world about you isn't, you know, is isn't true. And they could be worried about you doing something irresponsible. They could think that you need to start paying attention a lot more. They think you might end up doing something that will kind of get you in trouble or put you in a precarious situation if you don't pay attention more, if you don't kind of start looking out for yourself a bit more. And they could also want you to stop judging and criticizing other people, treating some people unfairly. Like, honestly, it feels like you drive this person crazy, but they also like the way you are as well, you know? Um, they think that you're afraid they will leave you, but they want you to know that they don't have that intention. It feels like, they plan on holding on to you. But they kind of just want you to make better choices. Like, I keep hearing like they're crazy ass, so they can feel like you're crazy, but it's kind of like with love as well, like they say it with love. It's like they're also cautious or afraid to properly commit to you, but they want to keep things going. Just like no pressure, go with the flow maybe, and like they do feel that they have to be your strength and stability. And even though they feel that you are a little crazy, like it feels like they like being the person to calm you down. So we have make better choices. We also have forget fear. And we have okay, and we have boring. We have time. We have you are the yin to my yang. We have why so serious. We have it looks like I'm paying attention, but really I'm mapping out your nakedness in my mind. We have I judged you way too quickly. And healing. And I want to do unspeakable things to you. And we have I'm so crazy about you. Is this even normal? So with make better choices, like this person, they feel like they need to be the one to kind of push you or encourage you to make better choices. Like they feel like they need to be the one in charge. Like they feel like they need to be like the mature one in the relationship, if that makes sense. Not mature, responsible, basically. Um, all right, so this person also feels like they should be afraid of you with fuck fear. For some reason, they feel like they should be afraid of you. I'm gonna see why that is for some of you guys. Maybe some of you are already aware of why that might be, or you kind of feel it intuitively. Let me see what it says on the back, actually. So it says it will lie to your face. So that's actually kind of wild. So for some of you, they feel like they should be afraid of you because they don't see you as, honest. Like they could feel that you lie quite a bit as well. So they do feel like maybe they need to be cautious, or they need to be, kind of discerning about what you do say to them. Like they feel that maybe that what you say, they need to take it with like a pinch of salt sometimes. So with why so serious, like this person, they feel that they need to be like the serious one in your relationship. Um, they feel like you need to take them more serious as well. So they do feel like you guys need more time to develop your connection. Um, and it's almost like kind of figure out what kind of relationship you guys can have or what this can eventually manifest into. They feel like, you know, right now that they need to kind of just like wait it out a little bit, you know. But it also feels like they're kind of nervous about waiting things out with you. They're kind of nervous about, you know, what this could potentially manifest into. So this person, they feel that you actually find them boring. Um, they could agree with you actually. It's kind of like they're like, okay, sure, fair enough. I am boring. So with you are the yin to my yang, it feels like they're hopeful or they're wanting for you guys to balance each other out. Like they could feel like you guys are very black and white, you know, very different in certain ways, you know, but they kind of hoping that it will, um, that you guys will eventually be able to balance each other out, you know. So with this, it looks like I'm paying attention, but really I'm mapping out your nakedness in my mind. Like they do feel sometimes you aren't paying attention. They do feel that sometimes you aren't, you know, that you are kind of absent-minded in some way. They could feel that you are very physical, very sexual as well. So with I want to do unspeakable things to you, like they feel that you do want them to come out of their comfort zone sexually. They could feel like you want them to do certain things that they may not have done before, that they may not be completely comfortable with. You know, they could feel like you are trying to draw them out of their comfort zone in that way. So this person, they do feel like they judged you way too quickly. They could have felt initially that you were quite, sorry for laughing. They could have felt that you were quite, like the Two of Pentacles, like maybe quite balanced. I want to say normal, but that doesn't feel appropriate. But yeah, they thought that maybe they felt that you were much more low key, much more innocent, um, you know, much more chill. But yeah, they felt like they were kind of wrong in that regard. But you know, as I said earlier, this person does feel like you are trying to be a better version of yourself. Like they do feel you are trying to heal in certain ways, that you are trying to, yeah, heal. For some of you, this may be physical, like physical healing, as opposed to like emotional or something like that, or mental healing. So with this, I'm so crazy about you. Is this even normal? They feel like you guys don't have a normal connection. You know, they feel like your connection is kind of crazy. It is unusual. And it feels like they're kind of just trying to, I don't know if they're maybe trying to make peace with it almost. Like, kind of like, okay, is there something that, we can, Seven of Pentacles, is this something that could kind of last long term, considering, Five of Wands, considering things could be slightly crazy, and just not like chaotic. So we also have predictable, we have proud, and we have formal. So they feel that you are predictable in certain ways, but they feel like what is predictable about you is that you are gonna be unpredictable. So and for some of you, again, like, this is coming back to like dishonesty, or not being completely, truthful about certain things. They kind of feel that, some things about you are just are predictable. Like, they could feel like they read you very well. So for some of you, they do feel proud of you for something. What do they feel proud of you? If any of you here are quite successful or very career oriented, they could be proud of, certain, things that you have accomplished for yourself. Like, if you're creative, if you're good at manifesting, then they're proud of you for what you have managed to accomplish and what you have managed to manifest. They also feel that you are quite generous in certain ways, so they could feel proud of you for that too. And with formal, what's coming out is like respect. Like, it feels like this person does have a certain level of respect for you too. Even if you're different from them, or you kind of approach things differently than they would, like, they do have a certain level of respect for you. And yeah, that is all that's coming out for those of you who chose this group. I do hope it could be helpful. And I'm wishing you guys the best. All right, take care. Bye. Hey, welcome. If you have chosen the second group, then this reading is for you. This person on your mind, how do they feel about you at the moment? We have the King of Cups upright, Four of Cups in reverse, and the Eight of Pentacles upright. So this person, they feel that you have been a super positive influence on them. It feels like this person really cares for you. They have a lot of love for you as well. You're very special to them. A part of them feels that you are too good for them as well. They do think you are this beautiful person, and they do feel a lot of people, feel that way about you. And they love how compassionate and caring you are. I said this already, but they do feel like you are very positive too. They miss you when you aren't there. They love being close to you. They love being affectionate with you. For some of you, if this isn't someone you're kind of close to, they, love the idea of being close to you and being physical and affectionate with you. Like this person, whoever they are, they could just like being in close proximity to you. Um, this person is afraid of losing you though. And they already feel that their feelings for you are very real, very deep, not shallow. And, you know, vice versa, they could feel that your feelings for them are very real and deep too. They also feel like you aren't a shallow person in general, though. They could feel that you want more from them, or they feel that eventually you would want more from them. And, you know, for some of you, they could be afraid that you might find them boring, or you might find them, you know, uninteresting, or you are just someone who, you know, likes or wants, you know, more excitement in their life, and they could feel like you want more excitement and more energy from them. So yeah, there is a part of them that feels like they don't necessarily give you enough. For some of you, this is referring to, you know, that time. Um, like they do feel that you guys still don't know or fully understand each other yet. And a part of them is nervous actually about what you might discover about each other, you know? They do feel like you would look at them different. Like they kind of feel that if you were hiding what they were hiding, like they would look at you differently too, you know? I'm gonna, what is this? Oh, sorry, one second. For some of you, they could just be hiding like bad relationships or, you know, bad experiences. Maybe the wrong that they've done in these previous relationships as well. So it could be something they're not proud of. It could be something, you know, that they do regret and feel guilty about. And they just kind of feel like if you knew what they knew about them, that you would just look at them differently, you know? And you know, they feel like they still have trauma that they need to work through, and they do feel like someone like you can help them, you know. um and the thing is, like, this person, they feel like you have your trauma too, but they feel like you're kind of getting on with it. They feel like you're dealing with it. And mm, so there's this energy of like they feel like they can put their trauma on you, and I'm not saying this in a negative or a positive way. Like, I don't know what their intentions are, right? But they feel like they could put their trauma on you, but they don't feel that they would be able to carry yours, you know, if that makes sense. Like they, how do I put this? Like it feels like they don't feel like they can process, their trauma and yours, you know? And it's kind of sad because they could see you being there for them. They want you to be there for them, but they don't feel that, like what it would require for you to kind of put into them. They don't feel like they would be able to even give that back, if that makes sense. Not to that level, And, a part of them may feel like you need that, but yeah. Yeah, they kind of just don't feel like they would be able to be there for you in the same capacity. So even though this person has a lot of time for you, they have a lot of love for you, they're also afraid that they won't be able to maybe be there for you, when you're sad, or when you're down. But they also want, like, it feels like this is something they recognize as well, and this is also something that they are trying to, like, work on and work through this. But this person does, really value you, and they think you feel the same. But it feels like they're just aware of their limitations, Like they could feel like they spent a lot of time being withdrawn, um, being, beside themselves, almost like being maybe isolated, Eight of Swords. So maybe kind of like not victimizing themselves, but um, but yeah, isolating themselves, and they feel like they've come out of that energy, or they're starting to come out of that energy, because of you. Um, so yeah, like they do feel like you guys share a very spiritual connection, or they feel it on their side, like they feel like they share a spiritual connection with you. And they do want to do something romantic for you. They could want to make you a gesture. Like this person, they just love how vibrant you are. They love how creative and colorful you are. And, they feel that you guys listen to each other, or they feel that you would. Like they see you guys as equals, and they do feel that you both are quite accepting of each other as well. They do feel like you both stay out of the drama too. That could be another reason why they like you. So they also feel like you guys could, or you do fulfill each other emotionally and sexually. For some of you guys, they feel like they need to be more emotionally mature for you. They just feel like you're, calm and you're peaceful. Random, but they could feel like they could give you advice. They don't think you need advice, but they could feel like, you know, um, they could feel like you either like them because they're wise, or that is at least something good that they have to offer. So this person also feels like you are very talented at a few different things, actually. Um, they do feel that they are more emotional and sensitive than you are. They do feel that you guys work well together, or you could work well together. They do feel a lot of loyalty to you as well. So this person also feels like you can, or you have ended the stagnation in their love life. Um, Like they could feel you've thawed their heart a little bit, you know, and you know, they like that you are open-minded, or that you're just, you know, very open towards them. They do feel that you are honest, and they hope that you'll always be honest with them. They feel that they need to continue to make positive shifts in your relationship. And they also realize that they don't feel as stressed or as angry actually when they are around you. And, you know, they want you to leave your past behind you, and they don't want your past or things from your past to keep hurting you as well. For some of you guys, they do feel like committing to you, like they see themselves having a family with you. They like that you are nurturing and dedicated towards certain people in your life, and they are determined to show you how they feel through action. You know, they feel possessive of you, but they don't want to possess you, if that makes sense. Like they're not trying to control you or anything like that, but they do feel quite, you know, possessive of you at the same time. Okay, so we have stop whining. No one wants to listen to that. Complaining makes you weak. Have the strength to change your world. Let's see what that's about. So we also have you think someone is lying. And we have, is it bad that I've never made love? We have, I'm interested in someone else. We have, let me feed you. We have potential. We have deep throat. Dishonesty. We have you are so magical. I'm so used to flying solo. And we have, I cannot express to you how much I do not care. How do they feel about you? So I don't know, like take this one if it makes sense, but the message just coming through with you are lying, that was clarified by the Two of Cups. Like for some of you here, right, this person could feel that you are too good to be true in some way. And yeah, the Lovers came out as well. Like they could feel that you are not being completely honest in, you know, how you feel about them, in your attraction to them. But that's only for some of you, so only take that if it makes sense. Four of Pentacles. Like they do feel you care about them, but they could feel that, you know, like to them, you are, again, like you're their ideal person, but they don't feel that you feel that way about them. You know, they don't feel that you have, you know, been disingenuine in terms of how you feel about them. Like, for example, if you've shown them you care about them through your actions, through your words, like they do feel everything has been real, that, you know, your love for them, your care for them is real, it's deep, right? But there's a part of them that also feels like that you feel there could be someone out there that's better than you better for you than them. So this could just be their insecurity speaking. Like for some of you, clarified by the Six of Wands, they could feel that you are far more attractive than they are. So they could feel that they don't necessarily feel like you want someone that is more attractive. They just feel like you have options, basically. You know, like they feel Like they could feel you have better options than them, you know? But that's the thing, like they don't feel that you've done anything to make them feel that way. Like this is, I don't want to say this is a them problem, but this is like just like an internal, feeling that they have, like an internal battle that they have. Like especially if you are not in a serious relationship with this person yet, you know? Anyways, so how do they feel about you? So this person will stop whining, and like they feel that they need to stop whining. They do feel that, again, like they don't necessarily, how do I put this? It's kind of like similar to the last message. Well, similar in energy. They feel like they need to be stronger for you. But again, like they don't feel that you have, made them feel that way. It's just they feel like, you being in their life, they feel encouraged to, stop whining. They feel encouraged to, again, Eight of Swords, like they feel encouraged to, stop being weak in their perspective, in their mind. So it's almost like they feel like you're pushing them to be stronger, to, overcome certain things instead of kind of like, again, like kind of whining about it, And again, like they don't feel that you've made them feel that way. This is again like a them problem, an internal conflict that they feel. But yeah, they do feel like your relationship has a lot of potential. And that was this message. I'm interested in someone else. That was clarified by the Seven of Cups. They feel that you have options, okay? And again, like they don't even feel like you're looking at these options necessarily, but it feels like they're just extremely aware that you have options, okay? Two of Cups again. Like they do feel, what I said before, like they do feel you are far more attractive than them. This is not only in terms of physical appearance, like they do feel you have a lot more going for you than they do for them, so they do see you as having these options outside of them. That does make them feel, I don't know if insecure is the right word, but again, just feel like you are maybe too good for them in some way, So sometimes they could feel like you are keeping certain things from them. With dishonesty, they don't feel like you are a dishonest person. It's nothing like that. It's just that they feel that you would omit certain things because you just don't deem it necessary to tell them. But this person could want you to be extremely transparent with them. Like they could want you to like not hold anything back, and they could feel that right now you are still holding certain things back. So with I cannot express to you how much I don't give a shit, like this person is worried about becoming disconnected from their emotions again. Like right now they could be in that Four of Cups reverse, you know, kind of energy where they are feeling more open, more, you know, positive. But in the upright, it's like, you know, feeling detached from your emotions, feeling withdrawn, feeling apathetic, and they're kind of worried that they might kind of fall back into those habits and that it will kind of push you away, you know? But yeah, they do feel like you are special to them. If any of you guys have been single for a long time, they could actually be insecure in the fact that you have been single for a long time. They could feel like you're used to being independent. They're used to that you're used to kind of doing you, you know. Um, and like again, like that's just another thing for some reason that makes them feel that you are out of their league, you know. So with deep throat, it feels like they want, you know, in like terms of they want you to be extremely raw and honest and blunt, you know. Sorry. It feels like they wouldn't even be able to take it too tough if you were to be completely, you know, blunt with them and completely transparent. I don't think they will be able to handle it, but that is something that they could want, you know, from your relationship. So they could also want to feed you on a lighter note. They could want to make you something to eat. But yeah, they could want to cook for you, you know. And finally, we have victim, we have tough, and we have private. So they don't necessarily feel that you are a private person, but they do feel that there are certain things you are very private about that you are kind of keeping to yourself. And it kind of makes them feel left in the dark almost, you know. Like again, it doesn't really feel like insecurity, just should I be concerned, you know. So they do feel like, you know, you have been through situations in life where you have been, you know, a victim, that you have been hurt. Like I feel like that message came up earlier, like they do feel you have trauma of your own. So for some of you, they could also feel that you seem a bit more innocent than you actually are. Like not in a negative way or anything. So they could also be worried that you see them as a victim. And yeah. And although they do feel you as very kind, they do think that you are very tough as well, you know. But yeah, I hope that reading could be helpful. I hope it can make sense for you guys. But I'm wishing you the best, all right? Please take care of yourselves. Bye. Hey. welcome. If you have chosen the third group, then this reading is for you, the person on your mind. How do they feel about you at the moment? Oh, excuse me. So we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. We have Knight of Pentacles upright and the Page of Cups in reverse. Alright, so this reading, I'm gonna need for you guys to like use your discernment because I don't know which way these messages are coming from. Like, it could be that they feel that you guys both feel this way about each other. It could be that they feel that way about you, but it could also be vice versa, you know, like how you feel about them. So please only take what resonates. Please only take what makes sense, all right? But yeah, so it feels like this person feels betrayed by you, but also they kind of feel that they disappointed you as well, and they think that you betrayed them maybe because they disappointed you or because they let you down. But they feel that what you did to them is worse than what they did to you. Like, they feel that you did stab them in the back. They feel that you let them down when they needed you the most. But, you know, again, like, this could be vice versa. They do feel that you are selfish in their, you know, opinion, in that perspective. They think that you think it's, you know, all about you. Like, they feel that their feelings don't matter around you. You know, like what they want doesn't matter around you. Um, like they think that you feel they live in service to you, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, so they feel like you dismiss their struggles. They feel like a negative ending was or is inevitable between you guys. You know, they feel that you haven't changed really and that they shouldn't have trusted you. And they do feel like you tried to get in the way of, you know, certain things that they do have going on in their life, their career, their relationships, their money, their stability. Like, they do feel that you were or are jealous of them. They think that you hated to see them happy. They think you hated to see their growth. Um, so this person could have been saving for something, and they could have felt that you felt entitled to what they had. Like, maybe they were holding certain things back for themselves, or so that they can save up for something, so that they could invest in something. But yeah, they felt that you felt you were entitled to their things and entitled to what they had, and that you didn't really like it, that they were kind of keeping certain things to themselves, you know. um but yeah, they feel that you need to focus on yourself, that you need to stay focused on your job, making money and making sure that you're stable, making sure that you're straight. They do feel that you need to be patient with yourself as well. And, you know, this person kind of feels that you are like watching other people's plate almost, you know, and they feel that you need to stop doing that. Like they just do feel like you have this entitlement about you, you know. They could feel that you were trying to affect their mental health and trying to put them in like a confused, pessimistic, and negative sort of mind frame. They do feel that you were trying to isolate them as well, that you were pushy, overbearing, and controlling. They felt that you only cared or loved them when they were doing what you wanted them to do, you know, when they were um, maybe trying to make you happy, or you know, when they were kind of in service to you, or just what they did wasn't in alignment to what you wanted. Like that's when they felt you loved or cared about them most. But yeah, so they also feel like you are naive at times. For some of you, they could feel that you are naive, to think that they couldn't see through you or through some of the things that you were doing, possibly behind their back. They do think that you tried to make their life chaotic and they just feel drained by you, you know. They felt that you made their life boring or stagnant, and they do feel like you tried to play the victim as well. They do feel like you're obsessed with them almost, and they do feel like you're way too aggressive. They feel that you owe them an apology, and they do feel like you tried to seduce them, you know, but they do feel like they fell for it as well. And for some of you, this may not be like seduced sexually, especially if you're not asking about that sort of relationship. For some of you, they could feel that that's what you were trying to do, but for others of you, like maybe seduce them with like nice words, you know, gifts, or you kind of just like presented yourself in a way that wasn't genuine in order to draw them in. And yeah, they kind of just think that you are a liar at this point, and honestly they just feel a little heartbroken as well. And they feel super disappointed that they fell for it in their perspective, you know. So we have apologize. We also have ask an expert. Don't rely on your friends or the internet. Listen to a damn professional. So we also have move on. We have I'm depressed, shadow work. We have friends first. We have I'm not with all the drama. And we have our connection is doing more harm than good. We have I masturbate to the thought of you. We have you are sexy. We have innocence. And we have wild thoughts. So how do they feel about you? So this message came up just a moment ago, where they feel like you do owe them an apology. They may even feel you will end up apologizing. They could even feel like when you do end up apologizing, it will be genuine on your part. They do feel that maybe you need to stop relying on people. For some of you, they could feel like you need to seek professional help. They could feel like you need to stop listening to like maybe unhelpful, you know, toxic sources of information. Like, for example, um, like just maybe getting, they feel like you need to seek out professionals, you know, rather than seeking out like a friend's advice or something like that. Not to say that, you know, they feel like your friends or anything are toxic, or, you know, your sources of information are toxic, but they feel like you would benefit from seeking out a professional, you know. So this person, they feel like you like the drama, you know. They feel like you like the chaos. So they could feel that you are depressed, and they could feel like you need to work on yourself and heal in that way. This could be what they feel that you need to seek out a professional for some of you guys. So with move on, this doesn't really feel like it's referring to your connection as a whole. Like, honestly, I can't even, you know, with the Ten of Swords, I thought maybe, you know, they want to end things with you, but I don't really, it's a bit complicated maybe where your relationship is at. Maybe it's very different for each of you. But it's weird. It doesn't feel like this person is in your life or they're not in your life. Um, just like on my end, obviously you could be more aware of what's going on in your own situation, but just like for me, it's not very clear. Maybe it's more complicated than that. Maybe it's not as black and white as, you know, this person being in your life or not being in your life, and moving on from this person and not moving on. But they do feel that you keep bringing something up, so they do feel that you need to move on from something that maybe keeps getting rehashed. So with friends first, they could feel like you need to stop putting your friends first. Or they feel like you need to stop putting other people before them. But they, you know, with our connection, it's doing more harm than good. Like, that's how they feel about your connection right now, you know? So they could feel that other people perceive you this way, as, you know, sexy and attractive. It feels like that's something that they won't admit themselves, as like kind of seeing you that way. So with wild thoughts, they could feel like you have a lot of wild or crazy ideas. They could feel that some of your thoughts or perspectives aren't, you know, realistic. But yeah, they feel like whatever situation is going on between you two, like they do feel like they are the innocent party. So for some of you, they could feel that's what you're doing. They could feel like you're fantasizing about them. And finally, we have naughty, we have outspoken, and we have introverted. So this person, they feel like you're not outspoken enough about, you know, important things, like things that really matter. So with naughty, like they do feel you are naughty, but this isn't in like a cute, playful way. Like they do feel like you are someone who just moves with bad intentions, or this could be, is this specifically? Yeah, they could just feel like that's how you move in general. So for some of you, they could also feel that you pretend to be introverted, or you pretend to be low key, or you pretend to be sweet in some way. But yeah, they feel like you are a lot more lethal than you know, appear or let on. But that is all I have for those of you who chose this reading. I hope it could be helpful, and make sense or not. But I am wishing you the best, all right? Please take care. Bye.